Top Level, Lesson 3. Let's start with verb phrases. See-through. The curtains are so thin that they are see-through. Tell the truth. I can see through your story. Talk down to. It's demeaning to talk down to people. When talking to children, it's better to get down to their level than to talk down to them. Won over. The new emperor won the people over with his charity work, especially with regard to water and sanitation. I was won over by her smile. Keep your wits. Even though it is exciting to travel, you need to keep your wits about you, especially in crowded cities. Curious World Records number 1. The oldest person alive. The oldest person alive is Kane Tanaka, who is 117 years old. Hailing from Fukuoka, she still enjoys a game of Othello. To put her age into perspective, she was born the same year that the Wright brothers first achieved powered flight. Name 3 major historical events that Kane Tanaka has lived through. 2 world wars, the coronation of Queen Elizabeth. She's lived through 3 emperors. The first FIFA World Cup. It's incredible to think about. Curious World Records 2. The tallest person alive. The tallest man alive is Sultan Kösen from Turkey. He would tower over most of us at 251 centimeters tall. However, he pales in comparison to the tallest man ever, Robert Wadlow, who was 277 centimeters tall. What do you think would be some advantages or disadvantages of being as tall as Robert Wadlow? Curious World Records 3. How rich is too rich? Amazon's Jeff Bezos, who has a net worth of $112 billion, is the world's first centibillionaire. What would you do if you were that rich? Curious World Records 4. And my personal favorite. How charming. Perhaps one of the weirdest is the worm charming record. A 10-year-old from the United Kingdom, Sophie Smith, charmed 567 worms from the ground in just 30 minutes. Tell me how she did it. Curious World Records. Your turn. Do some research. Find a world record that is interesting to you and tell us about it. Perhaps you could search for the longest hair in the world? Or how about the fastest turtle in the world? Let me know what you find. Next up, listening. Listen to the passage and choose the correct statement. Neanderthal teeth. A recent study by researchers has revealed new information about the eating habits of Neanderthals. Using DNA analysis techniques, the researchers compared substances found on the teeth of Neanderthals that lived in northern Spain with substances found on the teeth of Neanderthals in Belgium. The results showed that the Neanderthals in Belgium consumed mainly wild sheep and other mammals, while the Neanderthals in Spain had a plant-based diet. The researchers also found evidence that a Neanderthal in Spain was suffering from stomach illness and an infected tooth. DNA from pain-relieving plants was found between his teeth. The researchers believe this indicates that Neanderthals knew that such plants could be used to help reduce pain. If true, it seems that Neanderthals were both more sophisticated and better able to take advantage of their environment than previously thought. Questions. 1. How are the Neanderthals in Belgium different from those in Spain? Question 2. What is one thing the researchers believe about the Neanderthals in Spain? During the interview test, you will have 1 minute to prepare a 2-minute story, following the pictures on your card. This is a story about a woman who wanted to stop people from smoking on the street. Look at the pictures. What are their facial expressions? What are people doing? Where are they? What is their reaction to what is happening around them? Take your time. You have 2 minutes. You don't need to speak very quickly. Consider vocabulary you might need. For example, petition, designated smoking area. Okay, I'll try to give you a good example. One day, a woman was on her way to work. She noticed a man was smoking as he was walking to work also. He held his cigarette at such a height that it was a danger to her clothing. She was shocked. The next week, she decided to take a petition to the streets to ban smoking while walking. And 6 months later, she had succeeded. A designated smoking area was placed on the street and a fine put in place for those who smoked while walking. However, a few days later, her plan may have backfired, as many people were using the designated smoking area, and the air quality on the street had become so poor that people were coughing as they walked past. And I'll leave you today with another quote. The whole purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows. Sidney J. Harris.